So I've got another sneaker video today. It's a sneaker that's a little bit more exciting maybe than last time, especially seeing as it's just come out. Now, obviously, Ozweegos, they've been coming out since like 2014, but this season, Spring/Summer 17, Raf and Adidas, they came out with 3 Ozweegos, but 2 of them were not Ozweego 2s. This is the only Ozweego 2 this time. The other 2 Ozweegos are called Ozweego Bunny, and they're kind of, as the name would suggest, based off of a bunny boot design. There's a black and a cream. I think the cream looks really nice, but I wanted Ozweegos because I like how they have, a lot of the models have like a million crazy colors on them, and those 2, while nice, don't have the crazy colors, so I went with these. You can see on the actual tag itself, there's the style code, etc., and then there's the colors. Yeah, Night Marine, that was the color. Night Marine, Sea Black, LT Blue. Just one more quick thing before I get into them. I noticed that Adidas, when they collaborate with like high fashion designers, they try to emulate the box. I noticed this with I have the Rick Owens Vicious Runners, and that box is kind of trying to emulate what Rick Owens boxes look like. So here's like a box from here's the box from a pair of Raf Simons mainline Velcros, and you can see they've replicated the box, the same kind of logo and everything like that, so it's something worth noticing. Now it's time to get into the shoes themselves. You can see that I've gone with a size 9.5, which I'll get more into later on the sizing on these things, because the sizing is a little weird. So you get this Raf Simons Adidas thing, and it's basically, it's the same thing that I saw with my my runners as well, my Rick Owens runners. They just throw this in there. It's basically saying, don't run with these. That's a bad idea. Then you also get a second set of laces, but kind of bizarrely, it's the same. They're not different color laces. It's just the same laces, the same color laces. So yeah, let's get into these shoes here, and you can see that this is the Ozweego 2. So this is a wild shoe. When you look at it, when you think you've understood everything going on the shoe, you find something new to observe on it. So kind of just to break it down as best I can, you've got most prominently these bubble pod things, and they're kind of like a glossy gel. They feel like they look, honestly. So you've got 3 little ones on the bottom here, and then the 2 big prominent pods, and that's, I believe, mirrored on the other side. Yeah, it's just the same on the other side. And then, other than those pods, in terms of materials here, as the label will tell you, it's leather and textile. And the leather is, you can see the leather hits right here, 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 here. This might be leather, maybe. And then on the tongue, with another pod, and this pod says Raf Simons on it, and then this tongue has a leather hint on it, as well as the lacing holes. So the textile on this, it's like this mesh stuff. It's not too dissimilar from what you would find on like your father's running shoe, and that's kind of the joke to make about this shoe, that's exactly what it looks like. To me, this looks like kind of 80s, 90s, but what they thought was futuristic, kind of an over-designed look. I say that this wouldn't look too out of place on like the set of Blade Runner or some kind of movie like that. So the name of these, Night Marine, that's really not going to help you too much because there are so many fucking colors on this shoe. The bottom sole, you've got this kind of bright green color, and it's Adiwear technology. And yeah, I guess I should say about this shoe, basically what this is Adidas had a running shoe in, I believe, the 90s called the Ozweego. Nobody fucking remembers this shit. It's a hideous shoe like your grandfather would wear. And then Raf Simons came along, collaborated with Adidas, and took that old model and basically fucked it all up and made it all wild and over-designed it, and this is the result. But these technologies, I guess these were on the original as well. This is Adiwear on the bottom, and Adiprene on this, kind of on the midsole. And then the textures on this thing, it's just so wild again. So on the bottom you've got these like, this kind of square thing, and they're doing like a parabola almost. And then on the midsole you've got like these hexagonal things, and you've got this snake like scale type thing, and then on the back you've got the 3 stripes is kind of like an Adidas branding, kind of a subtle Adidas branding, as well as this mesh it's pretty consistently patterned, and then this huge piping that goes all around the entire shoe. I also like the way this came laced. It comes laced similar to those Margielas that I talked about in my previous video. It's a bar lacing thing, so this one side goes through the whole lacing system, and then one goes up the top like that. So the build on these shoes, it's not good. They're well built. They're very sturdy and rigid, but it's not going to blow your mind. You know, the leather on here, it's not premium Italian leather. It feels not too dissimilar from what you would find on like a Air Jordan shoe. And yeah, like I'm sure these will hold up well. I think they look fantastic, and these are a very polarizing shoe. Not everyone's gonna like these, but if you can think of things to wear with them, they look cool. Now when it comes to pricing on these things, they are expensive. They are very expensive for what they are. The retail price I've seen on most websites has been like $4.15, which I think is a little much. I think if you can get these for under $3.50, if you like them obviously, anything under $3.50 I think is alright to pick these up. But you're gonna have a hard time doing that because these things are fucking flying off the shelves. Like when I got these, they were, you know, every size was in stock, and I checked back an hour later and they're all fucking gone. Sneakers and stuff had them for a good price. I think it was a little over 300. That was a fantastic price to pick up. They're fucking gone immediately. And I posted like a picture of these on Instagram, and it took like 5 minutes for me to get a message from someone, hey, Ozweegos, you selling those? And I'm not fucking selling those, you vultures, okay? I'm not selling these. I'm gonna wear them, I'm gonna enjoy them, I'll probably never sell them. Now on to the thing that you would want to know if you're watching a video on these, is the sizing. And yes, the sizing is fucking wonky on these things. They're a huge shoe. When I pulled these out of the box, I was thinking they might actually be a little too big for me. They're not, they fit. So for reference, I guess my true size is probably a size 9 US. These are size 9.5, and they fit me, but they're a little snug. So, you know, it's probably the proper size. I would say, I'm making this sound more confusing than it really is, go half a size up on these shoes, and you'll get a good fit on them. So the thing is, when you look at them, they look like they would fit true to size, and they probably would fit true to size, but since they're so clunky, and this piping going around, they're very structured and rigid and clunky, so that's kind of taking up a lot of space that would otherwise be, you know, left for the inside of the shoe. And the other thing is, when Adidas sends these to you, they send them with this bar lacing, which looks nice, but they laced it really fucking tight. So you'll think, oh shit, I can't even get my foot into these. No, you can. I'm probably gonna have to unlace these entire shoes and lace them all over again for them to fit me. But just the definitive answer, I think, from my experience, is go half a size up on the Ozweego 2s.